Hey, this is Moni, your Feng Shui consultant and teacher. And as you probably know, I have written several books on Feng Shui. And a question that people ask me often is, what order should we read the books in? Is there a particular order, or does it matter even? This is my main book, Feng Shui Your Own Home, with the 9 Steps to Feng Shui system. And this book was written so that you really can, in most cases, start the Feng Shui of your own home with this book. Now, it may be that at some point you reach a hurdle that you cannot resolve by yourself, and then you might need help. You might need to get a consultation, or you might need to ask me a question. Now, when you get any of my books, you can be added to a Facebook group where you can ask questions about anything in the books that you got that you don't understand. So that is an added plus, right? I don't know of anybody else that offers you that if you buy their Feng Shui book, you can ask questions directly to the author in a Facebook group. And so this is the main book, and this book was designed in with 3 keys. So there's some questions that you have to answer. There's 3 keys. My system is the 9 Steps to Feng Shui system, and key number 1 deals with steps number 1, 2, and 3 in the system. Key number 2 deals with step number 4, 5, and 6. And key number 3 deals with steps 7, 8, and 9. So you're going to go to page 7, and on page 7 you're going to find the key of this book, right? And you're going to answer some questions, and you're going to go through the whole first section without ever needing anything else than this book. Now, when you get in between steps number 3 and 4, then you need to make a decision. This book is going to give you the basics of creating curb appeal in your home and some basics of Feng Shui landscaping. If you really have a green thumb, or if you have big projects regarding your landscaping or your yards, then before you move on to step number 4, you need to read this book, Feng Shui Your Own Yard, which is my book on Feng Shui for landscaping. And so you would start with this book, right? If you don't have any major yard plans or landscaping plans, you can just continue on with this book to step 4. But if you have major landscaping plans, or you just want to make sure that your yard is perfectly feng shuied and beautiful, go on to this book. Another reason why you would get Feng Shui Your Own Yard is if your plot of land where you have your home is very different or particular. For example, if there's a very steep slope going up or going down from the street, then you really need that book. And so if there's anything different about your lot, like it has a very weird shape, or it has a slope, going up, down, or to the sides, these are the kinds of situations for which you would definitely need this book, or you could also get a consultation with me. But if you want to do it through books, then you would get Feng Shui Your Own Yard. It's going to help you resolve any and all Feng Shui issues that happen outside of the home. So then you would go, when you're done with this book, between steps number 3 and 4, you would go back to this book for step 4. And step 4 is about connecting with nature. So as you work through this book, you may have to go a little bit back and forth to the other book, to Feng Shui Your Own Yard, in some instances, but most of the time all you need is this book. So when you get through steps number 4, 5, and 6, then you might or might not need my next book, which is Declutter Your Own Spaces, because step 7 in the 9 Steps to Feng Shui system is about decluttering. So when you get to the decluttering part, there is obviously some advice in this book that's going to be very helpful for you if you do not have a big problem with clutter. If you do have a big problem with clutter, then what you need to do is get this book, Declutter Your Own Spaces. Then you can go back to the original book, Feng Shui Your Own Home, and move on to step 8. And step 8 is going to teach you what to do about the life areas, how to do your life area cures. And so once you are done with that part, then it's going to be time for you to ask yourself some questions, right? Step 8 is about the life areas. And so for a lot of people, all they're going to need is this book if they don't deal with terrible problems in their life areas, which would be number 1, career, life mission, and individuality, marriage, relationships and partnerships, health, family, and community, wealth, prosperity, and self-worth, the center of good fortune and gratitude, helpful people, spiritual life, and travel, children, creativity, and fun, wisdom, self-knowledge, and rest, and fame, reputation, and social life. So those are the 9 life areas. If your life is pretty balanced and you can just continue on with this book, moving on to step 9. But if you feel that your life really could use a makeover, then you will move on to Feng Shui Your Own Life Areas. So this whole book, Feng Shui Your Own Life Areas, is all about step 8. And this is the book that is going to go over every single room. You know, there's going to be a chapter for the foyer, a chapter for the master bedroom, a chapter for the dining area, the kitchen, and so forth. And so this book also is going to teach you the relationship between the different rooms in the home and the life areas in the Bagua map. And so this is the book you would go to if when you reach step 8 in this book, you think you need something more or you need extra help, or also if you just got married and are setting up house, or if you just moved to a new home and you want to make sure that everything is as it should be. Then after you are done with this book, then you would go back to review your basics of step number 9, which has to do with furniture arrangement in this book. And if you do have this book, Feng Shui Your Own Life Areas, there's also a lot of information on the space arrangement of the home, room by room, in this book. And so this is how you would use my series of Feng Shui for the home, right? To summarize, for a lot of people, this is the only book that you're going to need. This sells for $27 at Amazon and other online distributors and retailers. For some people, if you have big gardening projects, then you would also use Feng Shui Your Own Yard. By the time you get to step 7 in the 9 Steps to Feng Shui system, if you feel you need extra help decluttering, you would move on to this book. And if you need help arranging your furniture, if you want to spruce up your home and make sure that every single room in the home has what it needs to have for you to be happy in the life area that is connected to that room, then you would use Feng Shui Your Own Life Areas. So that is the best order in which to get and read my books. Feng Shui Your Own Home, Declutter Your Own Spaces, and Feng Shui Your Own Yard, they're all $27. They're about 130 pages. And the only one that is a little bit more expensive is Feng Shui Your Own Life Areas, which is a bigger book. You know, it has about 200 pages. You know, that's the reason it costs more. And all my books, all my books are full color, and they are full of illustrations and drawings that I made, and a lot of photographs that I took from case histories, clients, and so there is a lot of work in here. I have poured my heart in these books to help you improve your life with Feng Shui. My hope for you is that you create a happy life for yourself by turning your home into your dream home.